How do you set up a business from scratch abroad? Let's get into that.
Should I be asking you that?
Have you heard about the RSPCA content?
No, I haven't heard about the RSPCA content.
It has been amazing. So obviously with the lead up to Pancake Day, we've been creating content all around eggs and the RSPCA assured eggs, and some of the content that has come back has been like beautiful.
Can you show me any?
I can show you, yeah.
What is that, pistachio?
I think so.
That is a bougie pancake.
So extra, but I love it.
Shrove Tuesday, big day.
Did you know that today is Shrove Tuesday?
I did actually.
Will you be enjoying?
My Hinge profile, it says I make aesthetic as fuck pancakes every Saturday, and it's a lie.
Are you having any pancakes?
Already had my pancake.
Oh. What's this you got here?
It's a pancake.
It's like a boot camp for a few days, which is called Betting on Sport. Tom and I are going to be attending for one of those days. We're going to be talking about the power of influencers that have a really strong engaged following. It's becoming more and more difficult for the sort of traditional affiliates to drive really high performing campaigns. So any new channels where you can break through and stand out and do something a little bit different, which ultimately ends up driving performance, is going to be massive.
Yeah, so I am back for 5 days, which is a pretty typical trip back from the US. Great to see everyone, obviously. Again, because we're growing really quickly in the UK, it's quite weird actually to come back. And there are a whole load of people in the office, members of staff that I've never met. Our CFO, who's been with us for probably 6 months, I've actually only met for 6 days. I always wish I could come back for longer, but I never like leaving the US team for a full week. Being a relatively young office, there aren't a huge number of senior managers, so I feel like I should be there at least 2 days of the week. I actually think the vlog is hugely valuable for that reason as well. Essentially kind of internal communication as well as external, so I get to see who people are, I get to put a face to a name, so yeah, we're getting much better at that kind of communication on a global level. And with Alex going to Singapore, obviously we're going to have to do that for the Singapore office as well. How are you feeling about moving to Singapore? Should we paint the picture here and give a bit of context?
So I arrive 5 o'clock on Monday, and then we start work on Tuesday, 9:30, with 2 new staff from Singapore.
Are the 2 staff local Singaporeans?
Yep, Singaporeans. One's worked at a platform before, and the other's worked for a big agency.
How do you set up a business from scratch abroad? Let's get into that.
Should I be asking you that?
Well, yeah, but we're doing things slightly differently, I'd say.
Yeah, so we...
I guess what have you learned from what we did in the US, and why are you doing things differently now?
Well, one thing that's come out of today is with international expansion, we're basically going to have blueprints for each office. So we've sort of seen Singapore as a number 2 or a number 3 office, where we're going to have 10, 15 by the end of the year. And you're at, what, 15 in the US?
11.
11 in the US.
With 3 more joining, yeah.
Yeah, looking to sort of follow the way that you've done it, but learn obviously from inevitable mistakes that you make along the way.
Especially me.
And what I'm going to really enjoy is how we're going to have like sort of keep contact between all of the different parties, and make sure everyone's updated with what's going on between US, UK, and Singapore.
The very exciting thing is that now Alex is going to Singapore, he has a fresh slate of APAC billings that he's going to have to drive. And obviously I'm looking after the US region. So I've got a head start, but I feel like in 4 or 5 months, it could be very competitive around those 2 territories competing.
I think it's just sort of trial and error, isn't it, really, with a new market? You've got to make some mistakes, and then you've got to learn from them.
So take us through APAC, which is going to be your territory. Yeah. What does APAC look like?
It's got a lot of countries in it, Nick. Indonesia is going to be big there, obviously China, and then we're going to be looking at Australia as well, being the sort of 3 big ones.
Yeah, back when I was 19, Freddos were, you know, 20p or however much they were. What was that?
Hello friend.
Hello.
We are off to see a very forward-thinking insurance company who insure like small businesses, so hairdressers, makeup artists, tradespeople, that kind of stuff. Their 2019 strategy is all about influencers. They've kind of dabbled in it, but they now want to speak to us about scaling it up and running a much larger amount of activity. So for them, it's crucial that they can reach the hairdressers, the makeup artists, all these small, you know, 1-2 men businesses can come from completely different verticals. So for them, using someone like us is perfect. So hopefully, yeah, we can get these guys on board and see what we can do with them.
Amazing. Have a good meeting, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, quick, what's going on?
We're getting 3 new couches. Bang, bang, boom. They're blue. There's 3 men moving them. It's really intense.
Fucking love couches.
And we're kind of trying to mirror the UK environment, ambiance, and what they've got going on. So we're really goating up our office here.
Wow. Oh my god. That is nice.
We've got our new orange paint that happened on Saturday. Little pieces here by here, but since we're growing so fast, we're trying to grow this new office with us.
So we've completed day 2 in the US office.
Getting rid of jet lag.
We've started handing over campaigns to the US team now. That's really exciting for those guys to own it. Like, these are big budgets and big campaigns, so we really need to like raise the level, raise the productivity, and have confidence that it's going to be great over here.
Loads of them to take in, loads of them to teach, but like we've got full confidence in them smashing it. So yeah.
Do you guys have any plans later?
Well, Dan behind the camera has created the plans for tonight. I think, are we going to a rooftop bar?
I don't have a clue.